Hello, what's going on? How are you doing, my friends? I hope you're very well. This is a super short video that I wanted to show you. I started pruning this juniper that I've shown you before, and I realized that it would be a nice idea to, show you the state it's in and what I've been doing. Unfortunately, I realized that when I was halfway through the operation, the little pruning session. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I've shown you this little juniper before. It's a triple trunk little guy. You can see here that I started pruning to clear the paths, start to clear out the lines and continue to develop its structure. Here at the top we can see a very noticeable sacrificial branch here. I intend to air layer this in the future. A couple of days ago, I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple of days ago, but somebody asked about air layering. And when I finally perform this, when it grows and grows and I'm finally ready to remove it, it would be a nice video where I show you how to perform one much more clearly than the last time. So as you can see, it's growing nicely. The last time I showed you this little guy, there was a noticeable problem, and there's, it's still happening. I failed to rotate this in time, and so the foliage that we have in the back is less vigorous than the one that we have in the front. But slowly but surely, this is starting to become vigorous and starting to become strong, and the whole composition is starting to gain traction, starting to look better and better. Triple trunk planted in a large container so it can grow. That's pretty much it. A couple of details that I wanted to show you is just little berries that we have here. Nice little seeds. We have a couple there. We also have a couple here. So that tells me that the tree is very healthy. We have some more over here. That tells me that the tree is very healthy and it's in, fine condition. It's been raining around here, so I think the rain, it's been giving a lot of nitrogen to the soil, so that's very good. It's planted in zeolite with worms castings, and as you can see here, I've been fertilizing with organic fertilizer. It's all right. This is a very short video that I wanted to show you, and I have my scissors right here, and I'm just going to show you what I've been doing for the past couple of minutes, just defining those lines, pruning any little piece of foliage, any little tough foliage that we encounter that it's growing downwards, that it's crossing, or that it's becoming too weak. We just remove it. Okay. And there was another thing that I wanted to tell you. I wanted to call your attention on the lower section of the tree, which are this little branch here and this one over here, this one as well. You can see that they're healthy. In fact, we can see that some of the berries that I showed you a couple of seconds ago, they're right here. They are on the lower section of the plant, of the tree. Why is that? Well, it's because we've been pruning, and we've been pruning in such a way that the foliage from the upper section of the tree doesn't completely shade the lower section of the plant. We've been pruning in such a way that oxygen, air, and light still gets to the bottom of the tree and allows for these branches to continue green. We have growth and we have green in the inner section of the plant, and that's very good. If we didn't prune, if we didn't manage the growth of the tree, what we would end up with is a long branch that only has green, that only has foliage at the tip of the branch, while the other section of that branch is completely devoid of foliage. And it gets spindly, it gets long and spindly, and that's because normally the tree starts growing upwards or sideways, but it starts to become shady at the bottom of a tree, and the foliage, anything that it's shaded, anything that doesn't receive air, oxygen, and light, it just dies off, because the tree basically sends a message that says, well, this isn't working, this is useless, and I'm going to remove that, I'm going to get rid of that in favor of foliage that is exposed to light, that is exposed to oxygen. So anyway, a little bit of botanical knowledge, very, very, very simplified version of the explanation as to why trees grow the way they do, and also a very short video of how this little guy is doing. Okay, I thought I'd show you this, and that's pretty much it for this guy. I'm going to show you a little update on the tree that we worked on a couple of videos ago, and that's going to be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see that. And here we have it, my little Himalayan cedar that we pruned last time. Last time I mentioned to you guys that I've already gone ahead and placed a little bit of wire in this branch because it was growing completely parallel to the main trunk, and we can see here that it's doing okay. It's thriving. So what I decided to do is I'll add a little bit more to give the little trees some movement. And there we can see how in the future we will branch the other branches. We will wire the other branches so that I can continue to develop into an informal upright tree. Here we have our little sacrificial branch. There is another branch right here that's going to be wired to the side like this. Back branch here. And we pruned last time, and we can see here that new little buds have started to emerge, as a consequence of our last pruning session. That's good. That's ramification, right? This is going to be a really interesting little tree in the future. I've also noticed that it's starting to become, thicker, the little trunk. And I've been fertilizing, same as with the other one, organic fertilizer, and it's planted in a colander. So next order of business for this little guy will be to transplant it to another container. I just want it to become more and more vigorous. I want it to grow very, very fast. So I'm going to transplant it to a huge container. And a very interesting note about that is that you have to transplant it to a container that has the same drainage capabilities as the one it's planted in originally, because in the past I transplanted like saplings, little trees, and if they don't have the same drainage, it's very hard for them to survive, to adapt, especially if you transplant them in a time of the year that it's not very good for them, for example summer or winter. You have to do it during spring or during autumn, So that's it, you guys. I thought it was going to be a short video, but it's now 10 minutes almost. Anyway, I hope you like it. I hope you're okay. Sorry if I haven't uploaded videos in a while. And sorry if my, the videos that I've uploaded lately aren't as interesting, but, it's a slow time of the year for bonsai. Anyway, so I hope you're very well. Like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, if you have any advice, remember I'm super I'm such a noob in this that any advice, any questions, any comments, any suggestions will be greatly appreciated. Thank you for everything and your attention especially, and I hope you're okay. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.